Hello everyone, welcome back to more Terra Mystica. This is another game in my series on the Fjords League Season 3. This is the third of my game review videos for the series, in which I look at how a game turned out after you looked at faction selection a couple weeks ago. You can see actually I have moves required in 0 games. Both of my last 2 games finished today, so I should be getting the video for the next one out within a day or two. I don't know. I'll probably be interleaving it with the Monsters Expedition video series for a bit. So probably 2 days if you're watching it live. Anyway, so this was the game we chose. We were first player in, and so I chose Witches. And I don't remember. I feel like we did some videos, like during maybe the last faction selection video. I looked at what had happened in the earlier games, maybe. So maybe you guys already know who we ended up playing against. I don't remember. But we got Witches, Cultists, Dragon Lords, and Darklings. And I think I listed all of those as like plausible choices when I was choosing my own faction. I don't remember exactly why I thought Dragon Lords seemed fine. They're generally a very disruptive faction. And I don't know why I thought that would be especially good, but it seemed plausible. Anyway, and Dragon Lords ended up taking blue. The reason that I chose Witches, well, first of all, we had both air cult bonuses, which is nice. And also I was very attracted by the edge bonus scoring, as you'll recall. And I followed up on that by placing one of my initial dwellings on I2, planning to build this town. If you can do that, you're in really great shape for edge scoring, I feel like. And it also like nicely connects up the west side of the map with the east side in a way that most factions can't do. You usually have to like ship through here or something. And this is kind of a way for me to not have to fight in that battle, which, by the way, the Dragon Lords are going to win. Having placed on E4 is unbelievably aggressive in terms of cutting off connectivity, especially because there's no gray faction in the game, and so D1 is very cheap for the Dragon Lords to dig out. So like the Darklings, almost as soon as setup is over, the Darklings pretty much have to give up on connecting, I feel like. They'd have to dig all the way through here. And I think with the Cultists taking like F5 and F4, like that's never going to happen. Or maybe sorry, G5 and F4. Maybe the Dragon Lords take F4, but the Darklings aren't getting it. Or G5. So I think already the Darklings are giving up on connectivity. What order did the dwellings come down in? F8, G7, F7, G8. Oh wow, all the Fs and 8s and Gs and 7s, huh? Okay, well. Yeah, we placed all of these first, I guess. Me, and then Cultists, and then Dragon Lords, and then Darklings. Oh, I think I did talk about this in the kind of one of the later faction selection videos. I was surprised the Darklings chose to be cornered here, but I guess they have actually like reasonable shipping access to I8, and they can build a nice town on the edge here, maybe like this. And in the meantime, they get a bunch of leech from all this stuff, so sure, it seems reasonable, I guess. And the first surprising thing that happened to me in this game was actually still during setup. I feel like maybe last time we looked at this game, these 2 players had chosen bonus tiles, but Cultists hadn't yet. And I was really excited because they're like the 2 most valuable bonus tiles, or most generally hotly contested bonus tiles, were still both available. So I was actually going to get either the big building tile or the dig tile, which are both usually considered great. And I was like, yeah, whichever one of those I get, I'll be thrilled. And then the Cultists didn't take either of them, and I was, as player 1, offered like 2 premium bonus tiles. And so I don't really remember what my plan was before that happened. But after that, I was like, wow, if I get the Stronghold scoring tile in round 1, which is a dwelling round, like that's 6 extra points for the stronghold more than you usually get. Because I'll get to build the stronghold and I'll get 4 points for it, and I'll get the free dwelling out of it, and that's 2 points, and my economy should be going like mad. And I'll still have 2 workers and a bunch of power left. I could very well get a dig and like 2 more dwellings. Like the dream round 1 would be to get the single dig, take E8, build D5, stronghold, and Witch's Ride to somewhere. I don't know, here. They all seem plausible. Here, probably not right now. So that was what I hoped to do. It seems... Yeah, we looked at my Darklings game already. The other one where I didn't get Favor 11 in my Darklings game because I was player 4. In this game, I felt like there's good rewards for building a good economy. I don't know. The round scoring tiles, maybe not so much. Like late dwellings, that's nice, of course. But late Sanctuary Stronghold probably isn't going to get me a lot of points. And even someone with a mediocre economy can probably do that. But I should be in a good spot to fight for edge scoring. So I kind of get like, if I can build a good enough economy, I get an 18-point bonus for it. Because I think, as witches, I should be able to win edge scoring. And my network scoring should be good as well. So all this to say, I think it's totally fine to skip Favor 11. And that was what I did in this game. We all started with a trading post, getting the leech party started. I followed up with a stronghold. And the cultists took this opportunity and said, well, I don't need to rush for Favor 11. I can snag the double dig now. They had enough power already, so they grabbed D5 and H5, which is nice for them, especially in a dwelling round. And I'm actually a little surprised that I didn't go for Act 5 now, because getting E8 is really valuable, and if I build a stronghold, the other factions will see that they don't need to rush for Favor 11. But I guess the thing is, like, they don't want these actions. The cultists do, but the other two don't. So the power action will still be available, but E8 might not be available. I think that the Dragon Lords maybe should have dug out E8 before building their temple. They don't have to build theirs. They can still follow up with Earth 1 and then build E8. Yeah, I think this was a greedy play from me that should have been punished but wasn't. I don't know. Like, I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world for me to lose E8 anyway. I could ride to D5 and dig out D4 instead. And then I have, like, this kind of town going. Maybe the Dragon Lords didn't want that to happen for some reason. At any rate, they let me get away with this, and I was able to take the dig action without burning 4, which is obviously a big improvement, but I don't know if it was exactly deserved. So my dream round 1 is actually happening. Everyone else took Earth 1. And I chose to go to F5. Why? I think the idea was just like, well, you know, the cultists want to give somebody Leech. I like Leech. And I don't mind giving them cult steps this early, right? Like, you're less excited in the early game, in some sense, to be neighbors with cultists because it helps them. But it also tends to help you more than being neighbors with some other faction, because the cultists are incentivized to help you get Leech, not to find a way to make it inconvenient for you. They want to make it as painless as possible to accept Leech. So I was like, sure, I'll take F5. One thing I think I had in mind was, like, this could potentially be a town, maybe? Like, if I could get 3 towns, this one, and this one, that would be pretty nice. I'd need a sanctuary here, but that could be fine. Now, like, it's not actually super likely that I will get that. Again, the Dragon Lords can just, like, take F6 whenever they want, and I'm not going to have shipping anytime soon because I have Witch's Ride. So, but that was a possibility. And like shipping to D2 is also kind of nice. But anyway, and so I did this, and the cultists did in fact give me some leech, and they got air for their trouble. Which is, yeah, that makes sense. Like, 4 power is generally regarded as the worst cult bonus, and so they just weren't bothering with it. They just wanted to get more digs. Seems fine. Digs are very, very good cult bonuses. And I followed up with D5, and I think, I guess I wasn't the last person to pass, was I? Wait, did I get to take the coins? No, I passed. I'm actually kind of surprised. Shouldn't I take the coins here? Ah. This, if I'm the first to pass... Yes, I see. I could take the coins now and burn 3. But if I'm the first to pass, I have the coins next round. And I only have to burn at most 1, perhaps a 0, if I get some more leech from, say, a trading post here, unlikely as that seems. Yeah, it's almost impossible, so and not something they would want to do. But I also, like, I take away the coin action in the next round if I delay. Oh, and also I get the spade action, I assume, if I pass. Although maybe I wanted the coins? Surely I wanted the spades, right? Here or here, they both seem quite good. Let's find out. Yeah, I took the dig. Okay, so, yeah. It's, in some ways, maybe slightly better to pass early, or to take the coins then, but, like, because it means... if I am sort of committing the beginning of my next round to taking the coin action, I'm going to have a little bit less tempo next round compared to if I took the coin action last round. But I guess even if I did that, it would mean I wouldn't be the first to pass anymore, so it'd still be slow. So yeah, I think this was totally right. And also, maybe there's some reason not to take the coin action, because I did get quite a few coins. Like, this was 3 coins printed on, 2 printed on it and 1 coin placed on it, right? So maybe I don't actually need the coins, but it seems like I want them, right? Because, like, it's a trading post round coming up, and I'm gonna have a lot of workers anyway from my stronghold throughout the whole game. So I probably should be trying to build 2 trading posts here. And I'll want to do some other stuff as well, so having coins sounds nice. I imagine I take the coin action. Okay. Anyway, the Dragon Lords, by the way, just like... they start with so many digs available as their power bowls. So they got to do a ton of stuff in round 1. And then eventually they got my bonus tile, which was a nice one to have. And they grabbed F4 early. I didn't really look. Yeah, that was yellow. Sure, that's one that the cultists might want, so taking it away quickly is nice. D1 can wait. And so can G4. It's both of these guys hate gray. Yeah, and then they grabbed these. So they've got their whole town staked out, which is nice for them. Oh, I skipped too far. Here we go. This is the beginning of the round. So I assume I'm taking the coins here, but maybe I did something else. Nope, took the coins. Very good. So now we're getting down a dwelling from our stronghold and 2 trading posts, and it would be nice to get another dwelling down, but... Ah, and here's something that... one reason that I took I7 was that H2 looks appealing for Darklings. No, I started on I2, right. I thought that the Darklings might build down this way to offer me Leech, but to offer me like a neighbor for both Leech and Cheap Trading Post. But either way, I can go to like I3. So this round, I would really like to build 2 trading posts, and I got a neighbor here, which is very valuable. Cause I don't want to put 2 trading posts up here. It's kind of wasteful in terms of overbuilding my first town. So I want at least one of them down here. And it would be really nice if I could get a dig to take I3 as well. We'll see whether that happens. Oh, of course. I have the dig bonus tile. So it's like I don't even need the power action. I can just take I3. Amazing. And how about this air dig? Do I get this? I think I do. Maybe I take the priest power action to send a priest to air. That would kind of make sense. But I don't remember if it actually happened. I built a trading post. Oh, a bridge. Right. Yes, that's very important. Because the town round is coming up. And this town, to be finished, really wants G9. And so, of course, I'm building the town next round. I don't need the bridge now. But if you look, like, the Darklings very much want a bridge here. So, I don't know. Maybe what I should have done was delay the bridge until either the Darklings have built a bridge this round, in which case they won't be fighting for it next round, or they've passed, in which case I can take it this round. Or if I pass before them, then I don't have to worry about rushing for it, because I can always do it early next round. But actually, I think that there was another reason that I took this, which is that it's obvious the Darklings want a bridge, but I think the Cultists want one too. Right? Where is this temple going? It kind of, in order to be a useful part of a town, it needs to bridge here. And in order for this town to be finished next round, you know, it could go to any of the blue or the red tiles. They're equally hard for the Cultists to dig. But if you go to the red tile, you can bridge over to your existing temple and finish this town with just another dwelling. So I think that the Cultists and the Darklings and the Witches all want a bridge in the next 2 rounds. And so I decided to make sure I didn't end up on the wrong side of that equation by taking the bridge early in this round. Now these two will have to fight for it. And it's not like it's impossible for the Darklings to finish the town without connecting up. Without bridging up, rather. But I said Darklings, I meant Cultists. But I think that's the most efficient way for them to finish their town, compared to having to build an entire new trading post in a place that... a dwelling and a trading post, right? They'd rather invest those resources in another town somewhere, I think. So I got the bridge. And I got the priest as well. Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, the Cultists and the Darklings have passed already. Yeah, the Cultists are first, so I wondered if they might actually, as their first action, bridge to H6. Because they have a dig coming already, so from the Cults, so they just need one more dig to grab H6 and connect to G7, so I don't know, I think that's what they should do. Anyway, I was kind of trying to go slowly over here so I wouldn't give the Cultists leech during their round. But once they passed, there was no particular rush. And it's important, by the way, that I use my stronghold power not on G9. Because I still want to build another trading post this round here, presumably. And if I also build on G9, I'll finish the town too early. So the idea is to build somewhere else. I chose H1 with the idea that the Darklings don't have an obvious way to finish their town with just these 4 structures. Right? They can build a trading post here. That's only 6 power. And then they can bridge up. But they need a 7th or else fire 2. And a 7th power seems easier to come by via a dwelling here. So, a structure here gets me 1 free leech, where I don't really have any other places I could put the structure that would have that effect right now. And it's easy enough to connect up this to my shipping eventually by the end, right? the Darklings also might choose to build their trading post here instead of here, if I offer them that opportunity. I don't see any compelling reason one way or the other. You know, they just have to decide whether they want to give green or orange the leech. And I don't know. But it's better than forcing them to give it to orange, right? So that's why H1. And I dug this out. Oh, was I like... Yes, I was trying to take this round very slowly. Also, because I wanted the Stronghold tile back from the Dragon Lords. They got 2 workers out of it, which is great, but I'm getting 2 workers and 4 points out of it, which is even better. So then I finish up the round by building here and putting down my second trading post. And if we look at the running total so far, I'm a bit back on points, right? Like I'm competitive with the cultists, but the cultists have a lot more resources, and also a better presence on the cult tracks. So you could say I'm behind the cultists on points. My economy, though, seems quite a bit better. Right? I'm up 2 coin income. I'm up 2 worker income. I'm also up 3 power because they're getting to count their bonus tile, but I haven't picked a bonus tile yet. So I don't know. But I am down to priest income on everybody, so it's going to be tough to fight on the cults. I really need to make sure I get some network points. And I'm really impressed with how much the Dragon Lords are doing. Like, getting a bunch of free digs really, really makes you explode in the early rounds. Anyway, so I grabbed the desirable bonus tile back. But I am 4th in the round, so all the good power actions are likely to be gone. Joke's on them, though. I don't have enough power to take any of them. However, I do get to be... Oh, right, I also got a dig from air, which I put on I4. I was... For quite a while this game, I was somewhat paranoid of cultists taking I5. And by the way, they dug out G6 from blue, which... Like, obviously, they're not planning to do this bridge trick. But I really think they should have. Right? They have 8 power, so they can easily take it. And it really screws with the Darklings, and I think it's just better for them. You know, they can dig this out with their cult dig it to yellow anyway. Bridge here with their first action. Later, dig here with either the single or perhaps even the double dig if they get a bit more power back. You know, like here and say... Oh. There's nowhere else they can reach with a double dig because they don't have any shipping yet. But they could get some shipping and then dig out I7 maybe? I don't know how badly they want I7 really. It would be kind of nice to annoy the Darklings again. Take away their cheaply diggable bridge target and make them go this way. But whatever, not a huge deal. So maybe they don't want a double dig. Maybe they need to like dig this out, town up, and... I guess they could actually advance shipping twice this round if they wanted, right? I don't know where they would go still, though. Like, here, fine, but there's, like, still nowhere they really want to dig. They could ship to here and here? And then there's still nowhere to go. Gosh. It feels like kind of a bummer to be the cultists right now. Right? Where are they getting 2 towns? They could go here, but this is pretty expensive to dig out. I guess the upside is that, like, no one's going to stop them. Right? The Dragon Lords don't need this space. I can go here, but the cultists don't really want that anyway. These are a little expensive, but it's only 3 digs. There's no easy place to get a 4th. But they can make this their sanctuary town, I guess. So I don't know, I feel like that's what they should be doing. And it still seems like a bridge to here is a good way to do that. You could take the shipping town and advance ship as well. And then you get down 2 dwellings this round, which is great for your economy. They didn't do this. But I think it would have been a good idea. What am I doing this round? I think well, first question is, which town tile do I take when I build G9? And I think the answer is fairly clear, which is that it should be the coin town. I could take like 2 cult steps or something, but I'm not really going to get to 4 earth. And, you know, 2 workers eventually is something, but it probably won't be that many points for me to get the 2 cult town. And like 2 workers eventually is not great, considering I'm going to be like loaded with workers most of the game. So instead I kind of wrote up a plan for the turn that was like, finish this town and get as much progress on this southern tip as you can. And I was actually kind of close to being able to finish this town this round. I can't actually do it. But I can get most of the way there. And as I think I mentioned, I was a little paranoid about I4 being dug away or I5 being dug away. And so I kind of wanted to turn this green so it would be a little bit less appealing to the cultists. I don't remember if I succeeded in doing this. But are there any priorities higher than just taking the coin town right now? One thing worth noticing is that only the Dragon Lords are currently in a position to finish a town right away. And so, unless the cultists make progress on this town, everyone else is at least 2 turns away from making a town, which means if I want, I can delay building this and still guarantee getting the town I want. I don't remember what I actually did. And it's hard to tell, like, because... Here, let's step forward until it's actually my turn. Just a little bit further, please. Alright, here we are. This is... I had to make a quick edit there because I accidentally showed you guys the endgame screen. I was just trying to skip forward to where it's actually my turn to see what power actions and stuff are available to me and how much power I have, because I assume that I took this 3 power from the Dragon Lords for D4 quite gratefully. As you can see, no one else has made enough progress to be able to finish a town, so if I want, I can take another action. And I have, like... Can I actually skip just a tiny bit further forward to see myself accepting the leech? Yeah, I've leached 3. So here I am. I have enough that I could comfortably take a 3 or 4 power action. Shockingly, the coins are still there. Do I take them? That would be pretty cool. Maybe there's something higher priority for me. Like, what am I planning to do this round? I want to build a dwelling with my stronghold power. That's free. And it gives me 6 more coins. So I have 14 coins and 7 workers. 7 workers is enough for a dwelling and then 3 larger buildings. Temple, trading post, trading post. And how much does that cost me in terms of coins? 2, 7, 13 coins. So I have a plan that involves spending 13 coins and 7 workers. And I'll have 14 coins after I take the coin town. So I can't immediately spend the coins if I take them now. But it does deny them to the other players, like the cultists who badly want them. And I'll want them next round probably, right? Like I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 dwellings still. Means 5 worker income, which seems like plenty. I'm not sure. I don't think I did take the coins, but I'm not sure what else I would do. Let's find out. I just took the temple. I wonder if I didn't... Oh! No, this isn't what I wrote down, but it is closely related. Or maybe it's what I wrote in my notes, but even like more severe than I realized. Is I had written out a plan for this round that involved doing all those things I just said. Right? Dwelling, temple, dwelling, trading post, trading post. And I have enough to do it, just with coins and stuff. And so when I wrote out the plan, I did not include Action 4 in it because I assumed it would be taken by now. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I was saving the power for digs, but I don't think that's the case because I wrote down in my notes that I had a blunder later in this round when I could have taken the coin action but didn't because I assumed it wouldn't be available and like just hadn't looked. I just made the move from my notes. But actually it was available in action like in turn 1 for me and I could have still taken it. I don't know why I would be in such a hurry to take... Maybe I actually am in a hurry to take water 1. It might be crazy, but I was a little like it could actually all be gone. They all 3 water 1s could disappear if I do something else this round. Right? Like building trading posts is pretty good. Everyone else has sort of got an established economy, and they might very well want to start turning it into points. So I don't know. Maybe it's not so crazy to take water 1 as a high priority here. But what kind of was surprising is that even 2 actions later, nobody had taken the coins. I guess the cultists kind of need the digs, and the Darklings are afraid to burn 4 power, maybe? But the Darklings just upgraded to another trading post. They're gonna finish this town, like, right where it is, and not connect to G7, which, as I said, does not seem great. The Darklings got their bridge. I finished my town and took the coins. Yeah. Right. I remember I wrote in my notes, not the notes I have for this recording, but the notes I had for planning during the game, that there were 3 key things I wanted to get this round, and I was a little bit afraid that any one of them might be taken away from me, and so I had to order my first 3 actions carefully. One of them was the coin town, so I wanted G9. The other was water 1, which, remember, is the trading post scoring tile. And the third thing was I4. I was still the littlest bit afraid the cultists might choose to mess with me somehow. But once they didn't have a bunch of power left, I stopped being worried about that. Anyway, so I had those things that I thought were urgent, and therefore I did not want to slow down for a coin action. But by the time I got both water 1 and the coin town, I4 is not looking at all urgent. The cultists can't take the dig action because it's gone already. Where did it go? Nobody knows. The cultists took it already. Oh, right, to take G6. And they can't afford the double dig, so I4 is quite safe. And I could afford right now to take a breather and grab this. Which would be great because what I ended up doing instead is just convert 4 power to 4 coins over the course of this round. And it would be better to have gotten 7 coins instead, I must admit. So that's I don't know, I just threw away 3 coins here, which is kind of a giant-sized blunder for a competitive game, I think. But also, nobody should have let me get it, I feel like. Really? Shouldn't the cultists have taken it by now? But they still didn't. What did they do instead? They advanced ship. And only now... Oh, by the way, and as soon as I built this and hit save, a minute or 2 later, I was like, oh my god, the coin action is still available? I should have taken that. So I was converting power to coins here for... Oh, to make sure I had enough, room to accept more leech. And now, finally, the cultists... Someone took Act 4, didn't they? Oh yeah, it's the cultists' turn, and that's what they do next, is they take the coins. And I'm like, oh my god. I can't be mad at them, because their play is no worse than mine. Both of us, just for no reason, multiple turns in a row, declined to take the coin action when we wanted it, which is what? But okay. So I finished up my trading posts here, and as you can see, this town, at any rate, is now secure. All I have to do is build a sanctuary here, and it'll be done. It would be really nice to get e5 to easily connect up here. But if necessary, I could connect up via some more circuitous path. I6 is actually another tile that I'm like kind of eyeing up with concern. Green and black don't really want it, but if they see me as a threat, they might try to take it away. And the only way I can take it is if it's green, right? If they even like dig it to gray, or I guess they would dig it the other way to blue, I can't do anything with it. I don't have 3 shipping, and I'm not going to have 3 shipping anytime soon. I can only interact with it because it's green. So even if I could afford a shovel, them digging this once would be a big imposition for me. So I'm about done with the round here. And I think I just end up converting more coins to power to coins when I pass. What bonus tile do I get? Do I get the dig again? Oh no, I wrote a note about this as well. These are the only 2 notes I took this game. Were A, I made a blunder by not taking the coin town, and B, something really surprising happened now. What do you think the cultists should do at this point? They have the shipping scoring tile, so if they wanted to, they could buy a priest and then advance ship again and like get in a dwelling as well. And that would be worth like, that seems quite good for them. Very reasonable. Or they could probably do even better than that and just build a trading post in one of these 2 spaces, get the town, probably the shipping town since they're holding the shipping scoring tile, and it's not clear whether they would then wish to advance to get a worker or 2 from power to build C4. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. It seems reasonable, like an economic advantage. But those are 2 plays that seem quite reasonable from them, especially when you consider, like, what am I going to do? I'm going to pass, right? Like, I don't even know what else I could legally do. I could take the priest power action and send a priest to nothing. I don't know, air? Nothing seems very good for me. I could just buy some workers, but I don't want workers. I want coins. So it looks like I'm passing. And if they do something else, they get my very lovely bonus tile, right? As well as getting a town or getting to leverage their shipping bonus tile more. But they didn't do that. They just passed and took the dig. Like, what? Why? I don't understand it. They should have finished a town, I think, for certain. And maybe taken C4 as well. Or maybe advance their shipping a second time. Like, to get their shipping... They could have shipping level 3 if they wanted, right? Build a town, taking the shipping town, and then advance ship again. I don't know how great an idea that would be, but it would be an idea. They'd have to buy a priest. Yeah, they could just barely do it. And they would get 9 points from this bonus tile instead of 3. And they'd get 5 points from this town round tile instead of 0. So I don't understand why the dig was so unbelievably urgent for them. Especially given that they have a cult dig coming in as well? I don't know. It's a mystery. Where do they want to go? D3? I suppose. But is 1 dig even really what you want for that? I guess so. You want your cult dig and then your shovel dig. There is some danger the Dragon Lords might just say fuck you and like turn D3 orange before it's your turn. That would be a real bummer. But there's nothing you can do about that by taking the shovel action. I don't know. I would rather just do something else. But, you know, I'm not in control of them, and they took the dig. Of course, they dug this out to yellow. Darklings dug this out to black with their cult spade, and nobody else got any cult spades. Well, yeah, nobody else got any cult spades. And I guess, like, the other thing to look at is given that the cultists have passed and taken the dig, I really wanted the dig. I wanted I5, right? And I didn't want to spend power on it. But given that I'm not getting it, like what bonus tile should I take? Either one of these two, or else the cultist shipping scoring tile. And I decided, you know what? Let's just take the shipping scoring. I kind of like can't make a ton of progress on I don't have a lot of resources left over after making this into a town by building a sanctuary here. I can do that and build like a dwelling, because I'll have like 5 workers, right? And then another one from my stronghold, of course. But what I do have is like kind of a lot of coins, especially after I convert some of it to power so that I can pass that overflowing. And so I decided that I would just grab the shipping scoring tile and get to 3 shipping this round, whereas I planned to do it a bit later and get a bit more digging happening this round. I was like, all right, whatever. If they're going to give me the shipping tile, I'll just make use of it by getting 9 points out of it, which is pretty fine. It just is not what I had planned. And I assume I was not offered the coin action this time. No, the Darklings are obviously taking it. I say obviously, you know, it looks like a high priority. I haven't thought through their plans. Maybe they have some other priority. But as you can see, they did in fact take it. And what happened? Dragon Lords built D3. Oh no, the cultists built D3. So they used their dig to get here. That's fine. What did I do? Oh, I took my stronghold action to secure I6 before something bad could happen to it. Yeah, that makes sense. Nobody is like really in position to take it, but I'm still nervous. And I didn't have anything else that was really a high priority, I don't think. Right, like what would I really want here? I don't know. I guess workers might be okay. No, I need priests. I actually probably should have taken the priests first. So I want to get 3 shipping this round. It's going to be a bit hard. Right, the shipping town, and then buy a priest, and then advance ship twice. And it seems quite possible that someone else might want a priest this round. Oh, but nobody else can afford one. I see. That's why I thought I could do this. Nobody else has enough power to take a priest, even if they wanted one. The cultists might gain some leech to get it, but I don't see how. I guess, yeah, the Dragon Lords could upgrade one of these. That would be fine. Yeah. The cultists might take the priest. I don't know. I think I should have taken it. But I took it with my second action. I was worried about I6, but it's actually like impossible for anyone to hurt me there. So that was, I think, a bit wrong-headed. And as you can see, in fact, the cultists did get enough power that if they had wanted to, they could have bought a priest instead of me, which would be a bit of a downer. And so that's pretty much like the rest of my turn, is I just like, I grab the shipping town, because not only am I getting the points for it, but I really do need 3 shipping to connect everything up, right? The whole linchpin of this idea is like F8 to I8 to either I5, which would be fine, but then I need to get to F3 and C2, or to go this way to like up here. Either way, I seem to need 3 shipping for the tiles I would like to have, the hexes I'd like to have. So I might as well get it all now, was the idea. And did I end up getting to dig here as well? I don't think I did, because I wouldn't want to double dig anywhere else. And a single dig is not available. Yeah. Why do I get so many points for this? This seems like a bit much, right? I know I get like 6 points, 4 points. It's 4 points for this. +5 for my faction ability. Oh, it's the sanctuary scoring round as well. Okay. Yeah, +5 for my faction ability is 14, and then 3 more for the shipping. Got it. Yeah, and after I advance ship a couple more times, yeah, I'm the only one still in the round, so I can kind of do whatever I want. If I really, really wanted to, and the dig action were available, I could take it, but it's not. Right, I needed to convert so much power to coins that I couldn't take the double dig even if I wanted to. Right. Okay. But, oh gosh, that's right. In addition to a town tile, I get a favor tile. I forgot all about that. Look at that. I got the air one, so I'm like another trading post powered game for me. Which I don't know, they seem like they should be unusual, but I somehow fall into them a little bit more often than I would think. I guess my Darklings game was not very trading post fueled. I built a bunch of trading posts but didn't get any points for them. I guess I'm thinking of last season in the tournament where I had, I think it was I had a couple games where I just like, I don't know, I got a bunch of points from trading posts for whatever reason. And that's what I'm doing here, is getting all my points from trading posts and bonus tiles and whatever. But if we look at the scores right now, it looks pretty good for me. Of course, you know, the other players kind of have some potential energy in that they haven't cashed in their towns yet, but I'm up like 20, and I don't think they're going to get 20 from their towns. And I also am like, I have a sizable economic lead over, I think, everybody. Okay, the cultists have a pretty cool thing going on. So maybe that's a little hard to measure. But I'm definitely doing better than the other two. And I also have this big network that's almost finally secure, right? If I can get I5, I think I can win both network scores, right? The ordinary network and the endgame scoring for edge building. And I think that would really lock in the win for me. So I5 is a humongous high priority for me. Other players, the only other player who could touch it is cultists. And I don't know, even if I don't get I5, I could like go to B4, or actually B3 would be better, right? Because then I can come down to F3 and connect up that way. It's inconvenient, but it's not the end of the world. So I have two possible ways to connect up. I just need to make sure I can get one of them. So what pass tile do I take here? Oh right, I also have 9 more points than it says on the tin. Actually, 12 more. I'm about to pass for 12 more points. All right, the trading post scoring favor and the shipping scoring bonus tile. These all suck, kind of. I guess I wouldn't mind coins, right? I have 9 workers. Yeah, I probably should take the coins. I could imagine taking the priest. You know, sending it to air would be kind of cool to get more workers, and maybe manage to take the air cult away from the cultists. Both would be nice. But sort of for the rest of the game, since I'm never going to be able to put together 2 towns, while a third town, I mean, while also getting the network stuff I want to do, kind of for the rest of the game, I can just focus on cults. By buying temples and like, and also taking scoring bonus tiles, of course, when possible. I've already got all the scoring temples I can have, right? Earth 1 is gone, Water 1 and Air 1 are the only ones that score directly. So it feels a little bit weird to be buying temples so late in the game, but if you can do anything useful with them, it's, you know, they're cult steps, and that's kind of the only thing I have left going for me is build a bunch of dwellings, Oh, okay, trading posts as well. But in order to build more trading posts, I need to build more temples. So, like, the rest of the game is kind of focused on temples for me. Aside from I5, which again is a high priority. So I think I should be taking coins since I want to build so many large buildings. Is that accurate? Did I do that? Yes, I did do that. Very good. Well done. Okay, and that gives me a pretty reasonable amount to spend this round. What do I get to do first? I bet the cultist takes the coin action again. Like, that is to say, it's again not available to me because someone else took it. How did the cultists get so many points? They must have passed their coins. They passed with 12, that's how. Yeah, what the hell happened? What? They passed in turn 3? What? Why? Like, currently it's a stronghold scoring round, and they could finish a town with a stronghold. Like, I don't know if that's the best action, but it seems like clearly better than passing. I don't get it. It's just weird. Huh. The cultists have done a lot of stuff this game that surprises me. Are they like, what is their rating like? They're like highly rated. I mean, I don't know. This isn't high. You know, highly rated players are in, I think, the 1400s or something. But this is a competent player at least my level. You know, probably rated higher than me before the tournament. Certainly rated higher than me before the tournament started. May or may not be rated higher than me now that it's over. I don't remember. But has just taken a lot of actions I don't understand. Anyway, so the cultist passed super early for some reason. Who knows? What was I looking at here? Like, I must have been looking at... Right, why do they have so many damn coins? Like, if this were a trading post round or a dwelling round, something you could really cash in on if you had a bunch of resources, I could understand an early pass here to have more resources for this later. But it's scoring the same stuff you could have scored last round, right? I don't know. Just mysterious. And they have some shipping, so they could have built C4, like maybe take the worker town, and I don't know. It's very weird. But okay, so what ended up happening? Indeed, the cultists did take the coins, yeah. And the Dragon Lords took Water 1. I took the double dig. Sure. I got enough leech from Darklings to do it. I didn't need the 1 leech, I guess. Okay. Oh, no, I also got 2 from the Dragon Lords, yes. So I needed that to be able to get the double dig. That secured me I5 and gave me C9, another tile on the edge. There are a few places I could have chosen, like A7 is also in reach for me. F9. Those are all on the edge, and I could reach them. I chose C9 because it's far enough away from other players that I didn't think I would have to defend it. Something I could have done that might have been interesting would be to, like, take A7 to make it harder for Dragon Lords to dig up this way if they want to build a bunch on the edge. But they can just go this way. It's not really a big deal for them, and it exposes me to them spite digging it back out from under me. So I just wanted to secure more territory, and C7 or C9 accomplishes that. And I connected up. So that was like, this was a great source of anxiety for me that has finally been lifted, making me believe that I will probably win every network score and therefore the game, because I'm miles ahead on points and I'm doing great on endgame scoring. My cults are looking bad, but not awful. And remember, I'm about to spend the rest of the game building temples. So, anyway, I built B4, yes. C9 is safe. B4 could be taken away from me, and also B4 invites the Dragon Lords and the Cultists to give me some leech, right? So I did consider F3 because like someone might take it away, but I don't know. I don't mind if they do. It would be nice to get F3 to C2, but it's not the end of the world. And I don't think it's very likely that they will take it away. Whereas gaining leech here is a certainty, I think. And by the way, the cultists did find the space for their second town eventually. It's going to be a bit expensive, and they don't have Water 1 yet. But I guess they can, like, Temple Sanctuary for, like, Water 1, Air 1, maybe? And then build 2 trading posts and a stronghold? I don't know exactly, like, if that all works out. But they have so many resources. Surely they can afford it. I don't know. They might be short of coins, actually, to do all that. But if one of their towns is well, they can't take coins. Maybe a power town? I don't know. So I sent my priest to Air. The idea being to take away the 2 cult step from the cultists and threaten to take the 10 spot on Air. Now, I'm not generally a fan of the 3 cult favors, except in the last round when it's like you don't need the income. Often I've decided it's a good idea to compromise with like a 2 cult step favor that gives you some income, even if it's just for 1 round. That income is probably worth more than a cult step. But here, the cultists will surely take Air 10 away from me if I just take like Air 2 and then try to get 1 more some other way. The cultists will have not a lot of trouble getting some cult steps. And I believe they own some priests as well. They own 1, yeah. Whereas I don't really have a way to advance 1 more on Air. So this is a threat to take Air 10 from the cultists. And if they want to, they can build a temple and like, I don't know. They can build a temple and take Air 1 and use their cult step on Air now that I look at it. But they didn't do that. What did they do? They took Air 1. Oh, but nobody gave them any leech. Or no one took any leech. Ah! Yeah. So, they took E6 as their temple next to me and the Dragon Lords for 3, which is kind of the same as if they'd gone here. Actually, H4, though? Ah, right. The Dragon Lords are full. They can't accept power. So even if you give them 1, the Dragon Lords can't let you take Air 1 from me. Oh, that's so lovely. And all I have to do is decline a leech, and I get to say, nope, you can't have it. I took Air 3, so very, very nice. Given my first temple didn't come down until round 3, I'm quite pleased to have won any cults this game, right? Who would have guessed? It is the one that I start out with 2 steps on, but it's also one that should be quite competitive because there are 2 favors for it, so or 2 cult income steps for it. So very nice to get some more endgame scoring. I already believe I have 36. This is 8 more. Very nice. And then what else should I do? Probably a trading post or a temple, or maybe a trading post and a temple. I think I got a trading post and a temple actually, because the next question to ask is, okay, the next round I'm just building a bunch of trading posts and temples again, or over the rest of this round and the next. What cult can I make the most progress on by building up 2 more temples? And the answer is water. I'm the least far away from first there. Nobody's going to try to like get more cult income out of it like they would if I tried fire. And also, water is the cult with the favor tile that gives you more cult steps. You know, if you take the 2 and the 3 in another's cult, you only get 5 steps. if you take the 2 and the 3 in water, you can get like 7 steps over 2 turns, 2 rounds. So that's my idea, was to storm the water cult as much as I can in the rest of the game. And I assume, yeah, I built another trading post first, sure, whatever. And then, oh, another trading post. All right, I delayed all the temples till later so I would have a bunch of coins. Yeah, I don't really want priests that badly, I guess. Do I? Oh, but I have the trading post pass tile. So this is, in addition to being worth like a bunch of coins that I can use to build a temple, it's worth a point as well compared to building it next round. So sure. And priests are gonna like go bad, right? I already have 2 priests, and there's no way I'm gonna get to send 3 priests to water next round, right? Yeah, that makes sense. And do I get a good bonus tile here? I don't think I do. There's only 2 scoring bonus tiles in the whole game, and the Darklings aren't about to give theirs up. They're not going to pass here. They're going to dig and build or something like that. I don't know. I think it's actually... Oh, they sent their priest to fire to lock it in before the cultists can take it, sure. So cultists are having kind of a frustrating day on the cult tracks, I feel like. They usually should be able to win more cults than this. They finally built their stronghold, and they built a sanctuary this round. So they finally got to catch in on this stuff, but I feel like they should have done it last round. What are the towns they took? They took a power town. Oh, and this town isn't finished yet, I see. And I ended up taking the priest. What was that all about? I guess, like, these bonuses all suck a little bit. I took the priest. I don't know. Looking back on it, I don't understand why I would do that. There is some potential advantage to, like, sending a priest to Earth to pass the Dragon Lords, maybe? But it's not really worth all that much. Whereas, like, if I gain more coins and also some power here, which... Oh, I can't hold any more power. Even if I convert power to coins before passing, I'll only be able to handle 10 power. Is that right? 2 plus 7, 9 power. So I'd be wasting 2 of the 3 power income from this. And I don't really need the dig for anything. I don't know. The question is, like, is a dig and a coin better than a priest that might become a worker? It certainly seems better to me. But I ended up basically taking the priest as a worker. And I did, in fact, convert it to a worker by the end of the game. So it's a pretty awful bonus tile, but I think the others are even worse. And I don't know. Some more stuff happened at the end of the round. Cultists kind of did some more stuff. And they got the Sanctuary Stronghold tile. That's nice. But if you look at the projected scores here, I'm miles ahead. And further, like, nobody is going to touch me on network. The players who are close are Dragon Lords. It doesn't look like they're close, but they actually get kind of close. They get so many digs. They've already dug out these 2 spaces. They're planning a town along the edge, which I realized at about this time that they can actually do it. But that's still only 4 or 5 on the edge for them, and I'm going to have like 7, I think. So the rest of the round, the game is pretty, like... I could almost pass and still win, I think. I don't think that would be a good play, but I think I might actually be able to do it. Dragon Lords might pass me. They get to take a lot of my points away. I don't know. Anyway, it's not the best play. You'll be shocked to learn. But my priority is actually sending priests to water, because that's the one resource that might expire, is like water priests. Everything else, whatever. I can do it whenever. I got one, and Actually, nobody responded by sending another priest. So I got to send a second one. And if they would let me, I would send a third. But at this point, someone... Dragon Lords, yes. Dragon Lords ended up sending a priest to water. And so what I did next was, I assume, build a temple and take water 3. Yeah. Again, that's the other thing that might expire, is water 3. Normally, you're not in a huge hurry to take water 3 because water 2 is, like, quote, better. If you want to, you can spend the cult step on water and gain 3 steps. But I can always take water 2 later. I might not be able to take water 3 later. Someone else, say Dragon Lords, might take it from me if I give them the chance. And since I'm planning to build both temples, I take away water 3 first. And now I'm like in a position where whenever I want it, I can take water 2 and lock up the cult. So I'm quite pleased with how, like, I don't know, my economy allowed me to just sort of casually take 9 cult steps in this round. It was not really an imposition at all. I still got to do everything else I wanted to do, build all the dwellings. Well, almost everything. You'll see at the end. And then I don't know, I built F3, I assume with my stronghold power. It's not listed in the recent actions. Yeah. And, you know, there's some consideration about, like, when to do things, trying to get the most leech, but not let the cultists get cult steps. But also, I don't really care about the cultists taking cult steps, so I don't know. The order I did stuff didn't really matter. I was thinking about it, but I didn't really think it mattered. At this point, I realized, well, you know what would be kind of nice is, where should I build my last trading post and temple? I think D2 will do nicely. The cultists just cannot possibly get any advantage from me, because they don't want to leech 7. Other places I might let someone do something nice that they might enjoy. So I figured, why let them? Let's keep them as far away from catching up as possible, just so I win that tiebreaker in case it comes up. And then I built the dwelling. Again, I don't need to take the temple until necessary. But I did take it just a tiny bit sooner than necessary here. I don't remember why. Oh, it's not sooner than... Yeah, it is. I could have built C9 at some point. I think I just wanted to deny the cultist leech just because I'm a jerk. I don't know. But I was... For much of this round, I was kind of thinking, like, maybe I don't even need water 2. If the Dragon Lords don't get water 2 themselves, or, like, a cult town or whatever, then I'll still be in first on water, and won't that be nice? And so I was kind of trying to delay that. I eventually realized, though, that that's the wrong idea, because in order to build another trading post, I have to build another temple. And combining those two things, like, to get just 3 points, is not amazing. It's quite expensive, right? It's like 7 for the temple and 5 for the trading post is 12. So I'm turning 4 points into 3 points. But I am getting back 3 power from water. And also, the cult step I get is worth 1 point, maybe. In that I can use it to, like, tie the Dragon Lords, or maybe pass them, depending on how many priests I have left. I forget. Yeah, I have 1 priest that I'm planning to send to Earth, regardless. And so the cult step is also worth a point. 2 points relative to Dragon Lords. And so actually, like, throwing away a point by taking this early doesn't really cost me anything. So I decided, whatever, I'll go ahead and do it and delay giving the cultist leech just in case that matters somehow. And as soon as no, at some point, I was like, what are, you know, what are the Dragon Lords going to do with the priests they have? I don't know. I thought they would, like, build a they're going to build a trading post with these resources, right? And then they have 2 priests left. And I guess I thought they were just going to send, like, both of them to Earth. I don't know what I was thinking. It doesn't really all add up. But they like, surprised me by advancing shipping, even though that's the obvious thing to do. I just, like, was not thinking through their choices very carefully. And so I got a little bit, like, more value than I expected out of the Earth Cult. They stayed at the 1 level for some reason. Ah, right. After building a trading post, they wanted to turn a priest to a worker to build a dwelling. That's right. I had anticipated this, that they would want A11 for edge scoring and for dwellings for Earth 1. But I thought that their other priest would go toward, would be for getting a point out of Earth. But of course they're right to advance ship instead. That's a way better use of their 1 point here. Like, it's to turn all the resources into 2 points instead of gaining a point into 4 points instead of getting 1 point for their priest. Oh, also, geez, they have the shipping scoring tile. Like, if I had thought at all about what they were doing, it's obvious they should advance ship here. But I wasn't thinking. I was just like, oh, they'll have a priest left. They can catch me. But that's just insane. This is worth 7 points to them. It's disgusting. So I kind of got everything I wanted, and indeed the game finished, and I won by a landslide. Right? What is that? 24? Pretty good. Not the biggest landslide in the world, but sizable. Remember, these scores look very high. Remember, though, that, like, with endgame scoring, there's extra points to go around. I'm not sure how much the map contributes to total score. Is Fjords a high-scoring map or a low-scoring map? Is there such a thing? I'm not sure. It seems like there should be such a thing as a high-scoring map. I just don't know if this is one. On the one hand, you get a lot of leech from everyone, like, sharing these 2 small continents at the beginning. But on the other, I find it really hard to put together 3 towns. Even putting together 2 towns has been a struggle in some of these games. So, and it's just hard to claim a bunch of territory. It worked out okay for the witches because they have so much space accessible to the rivers. Whereas I feel like other factions have to maybe do some more digging into the interior, or digging or moving into the interior or whatever. I don't know. So it seems like the witches have favorable territory here. But, like, a win here, a second win, nice for the season. And I don't think it's the best Water 1 I've ever seen myself. I think I've gotten 21 out of Water 1 in some other game. Maybe Season 1, my Chaos Magicians game? I built a lot of trading posts to that game, and I think I took Water 1 fairly early, but I'm not sure. I think there was one, but who knows. Anyway, I got both the network scoring, and just, like, managed to squeeze a bunch of points out of every little thing. Which is what you're supposed to do when you're building a big economy. It was certainly the first time I've had a total network size of 16, I think. And I was kind of disappointed because I was actually quite close to getting the maximum network size of 17, build every single structure. I just needed a worker and a coin, and for someone to dig a space to green for me. Understandably, nobody really wanted to do that. It was still a very nice game for me. Everything just kind of worked out. The stuff I was scared of never really happened. And everything I tried to do worked out great. Obviously, you can see I have the structures for a third town here. And it would be nice if I could have, like, put them all in the same place. But that would have cost me, like, 4 more digs or something, which I did not really have to spare. And so just getting the bigger network was more important, I think. Because I think the Dragon Lords came pretty close to me on network, right? And on edge scoring. They have 6 on the edge, and I have 1, 5, 6, 7 on the edge, right? Like, I barely passed them. They did quite well up here. And their total network size is also comparable, right? They have 8, 12, 15, and I had 16, right? So Dragon Lords, I think, put up a pretty nice fight. And I believe they got second for it, right? Yeah, they deserved second. But also, like, getting 2 cults was really shocking to me. I did not expect that to happen after getting no cults until the 3rd round and not taking any cult towns either. Really sad game for the cultists who couldn't win any cult tracks and yet still managed to come 3rd. Darklings had an even worse game. Mostly, I think, due to not being able to connect up at all. They did actually get 6 points for the edge scoring over here, though. The the cultists didn't get any. Yeah, I don't know. Why did the Darklings lose to the cultists, who seemed to be having a pretty bad game? I guess they didn't get that many digs. They built their sanctuary way late, as I recall. They actually waited till round 4 for it, didn't they? Yeah. Which is just too late, I think, for Darklings. Didn't get that many structures down. Didn't get much of anything for Water 1. Yeah. I don't know, and they just didn't get to do that many things. Okay. Well, I'm happy with this outcome. Is there anything more I can say about this season without releasing any spoilers? Not really, I don't think. Yeah. It sounds like we must be done here. Okay, fair enough. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.